Hi, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another Morgan James book launch. My name's Jim Howard. I'm the publisher for Morgan James, and today we've got an incredible author who's going to share some insight on a very important topic. And today we have Donna Martin, and Donna is the author of Wait, Stay, or Go, Following the Voice of God. Donna, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
You know, I know this book is really important, and I know it covers a lot of topics that people today, deal with, and a lot of people deal with this question: wait, stay, or go. What what caused you to write this book? Why did you start the process of putting this book together?
Well, I have been in a situation, my husband and I were separated, and there were so many people that were married couples that are around me that I constantly was hearing them say, I'm thinking about a divorce. I want to get a divorce. And the things that they were discussing to me seemed like that's something that a simple conversation should solve. Why is it that that's the thing we go to so quickly when we're in marriage, to say, well, let's just get a divorce rather than do the work and repair it and do it the way God desires for us to do it.
Yeah, so many times I think marriage is tough, right? It's two imperfect people put together in this perfect union, and it's supposed to just work, but it's hard, and we hit those bumps in the road, and I think we can start to question, is this what we really want to do? Is it time to just hang it up? And you're right, it has become so easy just to get to that point and say, I'm done, when a lot of what we face could just be a simple conversation or a tweak or an adjustment in the way we look at that other person. And I think you give a lot of insight into understanding that that's not the first thing we should jump to, but we should come in and look and reflect and see what else could be done. And it's such an important conversation to have.
Absolutely. And putting God first in the mix. A lot of times when we're at that place, God is so far removed from our marriages that we don't even consider sticking it out or staying or being intentional about repairing or restoring our marriages.
Yeah, we're serving ourselves as opposed to the marriage. Yep.
Yes.
Beautiful. So what does your family think about your writing this book?
Oh, my mom and my kids are real proud. They're telling everybody they can tell, or anybody that'll be listening.
That's awesome. We need that support system. We need those mouthpieces to be out and telling people, hey, I've got a book you need to read.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. So what do you want others to get when they read this book? What's the hope when someone picks this book up and reads it? What's the hope that you hope they get from it?
The first thing is really for them to consult God. The first thing they need to do, if they're in that place of contemplation, to seek God for guidance. And he'll hear, he'll answer, he'll move, and to realize he may not answer everybody the same way. But even if your situation ends in divorce, that the most important relationship that we have is with God. And that's what I learned in the midst of when I began writing the book. I was like, okay, God, please restore my marriage, make it right, turn things around. And then there was a point that I realized I was really pursuing more relationship with God than I was with my marriage. I was like, you know what, God, I'm willing to lose it all just to have you. And that was the pivotal point. And the way I kind of ended it is, we have to pursue God more than we pursue any other relationship, any other, anything or anything else we're doing, any desire that we have. It has to be for him first. And whatever happens, it'll all be good for us in the end. However it turns out, whether he restores it and we end up getting divorced, it's still good. And that's not our end. That's not the way it ends for us. Because once we have that relationship with God, hey, we're unstoppable. even though we face, trials, tribulations, that still that relationship with God is the anchor for our lives.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. And the Bible never says it's going to be smooth sailing once you meet God, does it? It says he'll be their strength, their comforter, and their deliverer. It never says it's
Yes,
going to be smooth and easy from that point forward. And
that's
I think
right.
too often we rely on ourselves to get out of jams when we need to reach up for that hand. And I've been married. Oh my goodness, I've been married for 33 years this year. This November, it'll be 33 years. And we learned it early on. And I'm so thankful what we did. We put God first, then our spouse. And as long as that relationship, like you said, as long as our relationship with God is where it needs to be, everything else just always seems to take care of itself, even in the tough spots. And
Yes,
it kind of answers that question for us many times. We just have to be willing to listen to that answer and be able to move forward.
yes, and not be selfish.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Beautiful. And your book covers that, lets people know what the truth is, and when they start asking that question, how they can navigate to get to the right answer.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I know people, Donna, are going to want to find out more, especially on topics like this, right? They may have a copy of the book already, or maybe they're waiting on their copy to get there, or this is the first time they're hearing about it, but they know this is the book that they need or someone else needs, that they know, and they want to connect and find out more. What's the best way for someone who's watching us today to be able to connect with you and find out more about what you're doing?
Well, I am on Facebook under Donna Martin. And I have a website. It is www.donnareneemartin. That's DonnaReneeMartin.com. And you can purchase the book from my website. And you can go to Amazon.
That's awesome. Yeah, and folks out there watching, Wait, Stay, or Go is available everywhere books are sold. So you'll be able to get a copy of this book anywhere that you normally would buy books from. But I do encourage you to go to Donna's website, find out what she's got going on, find out more details about the book and about everything else that you need to know when you're making those tough decisions in your relationship. I promise you, when you make the right decisions together with your spouse, it works. 33 years now for me. And once we got past those 7 to 10 years of tough time where you all run into those bumps, because we all do. And if you're running into those bumps, it's not abnormal. You're not a rare case. This is a natural part of a process of putting two imperfect people together and expecting it to be perfect. That doesn't happen without God's intervention. So, Donna, I am so thankful that you put this book together in hopes to helping people understand that their marriage is worth saving. Their marriage is taking the time. Their marriage is worth the effort. And if they have God at the center of it, they can't be stopped.
That's right. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, Donna, thank you for writing the book, for sharing some of the insights and information that you have in the book. And more importantly, for me, just being willing to put yourself as that lighthouse for other couples who struggle with these questions and struggles with these situations, and being that beacon that hopefully points them in the right direction.
I hope so. I truly pray that it turns some marriages around, because that's the desire of God. He doesn't desire divorce. He gave us an excuse. We got excuses for divorce, but that's not his first plan for us. It's for us to stay married. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, everyone watching this book, you should get a copy of this book. And I can tell you right now, someone in your life who's struggling with these questions. You've probably had friends, loved ones who have come up and maybe mentioned things like that to you. And if they have, this is a perfect book, a resource for them to get the insight and information that they have. And we encourage you to do that. So grab a copy of the book, reach out, connect with Donna, and find out more. So, Donna, thank you for taking the time to talk with us and to share all your information with us today.
thank you so much.
Thank you guys for watching, and we hope to see you on our next one.